This is the Transformers Classics Grimlock review as part of my Grimlock collection reviews to pair up with the MP Grimlock. Just going to be going ahead and reviewing all the Grimlocks that I own. Anyway, again, not going to show you transformation, just going to show you the articulation. This is the Classics Mode Grimlock, or Classics Mold Grimlock. As you can see, very different from your G1 representation. In fact, I think this is more of a nod to his Pretender robot mode. Not his Pretender shell, but the actual little robot that comes inside. It's more reminiscent of that. Mainly the weaponry. The bayonet gun and the whip tail. That little robot did include these little things. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you his articulation. It's pretty awkward. I mean, you got the leg here, you got a single joint, which you can get some pretty good angles, mainly because of the transformation. But yeah, then you got the ball hip, up and down, left and right. That's as far up as it goes, that's as far back as it goes. And there goes his bayonet. Can't really cross his leg. And of course, by design, his ankle is adjustable. And so is his foot. So you can get some, I don't know, crouching poses if you want. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, there you go. And then his little extra appendage here. It's like, alright, cool. Torso swivel. Somewhat hindered by these nice little wing flap designs. They really could have pulled that off better. You're supposed to have them back and then at an angle to get them out of the way, but it's not all that great. Now there are a lot of things wrong with this mold. When Hasbro was, I guess, developing it, or I should say Takara, but for that there would only be like, you know, color differences and chrome and whatnot. So let's go to his bicep, or his arm I should say. You get the full 360 right here. You get the bicep swivel here, and then the arm can go in and out. Then you have the elbow joint right there. Let's pull the whip out, and of course these can move, but you know, you really use that unless he's in dinosaur mode. And of course, as far as error wise, these tabs here, he has black tabs right there and right there. They're supposed to line up to keep his head locked into place, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that way. So when you turn his head, well, I'm actually holding the back, but when you turn his head, the entire assembly spins with it, which is kind of gank. But yeah, head is not on a ball joint, and he has some pretty decent light piping. I mean, all that right there is light piping. That's pretty good. Alright, that's my few moment for the day. But yeah, that's his robot mode. Pretty decent. Pretty good. A nice representation of him, but I really like to keep him in dinosaur mode. So I'm going to go ahead and transform him real quick. I'm going to have my super amazing editor edit this out for me. So it's going to be doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. Alright, this is Grimlock in his dinosaur mode. In terms of articulation, you still retain his legs are now the arms. You still retain the 360 up here. The now thigh swivel instead of bicep swivel. It still retains the in and out. Still also retains the forward and back in the foot. One thing you do lose is the, well, you still have that, but because of transformation, you still have this extra joint here, which technically you can use it, but it's not proper transformation. And a lot of people I've seen pose him like this, which is not the case. You can actually lock that hand into place, push it back a little more, and you hear a click. There you go. Hand is now hidden and locked away in that little storage hole. Oh, there you go. Now his tail is articulated. There, 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 and there. You can give it an S formation if you want. And there are the screws, so you can see the points where they are. Everything is nicely hidden on him. And here he has his rub symbol. Now on the Henkei one, this is has Autobot symbol underneath, which is a lot better. But on the classics, we get the rub symbol. Yay, rub. That never likes to work. Rub. Come on. When's the genie gonna pop out? There we go. Ooh. I didn't know he was an Autobot. And then he spit the genie out. Genie. So yeah, his head retains the same articulation as he did when there was feet. He can look up. He can look down. He can open his mouth. He can close his mouth. He can open his mouth really wide. He doesn't have any flame burners in there, so it's kind of lame. And as you can see, he's more, I guess, traditional T-Rex to modern, as opposed to the old Godzilla T-Rex as he used to be portrayed in G1. Which you can still get him in that pose, but it's kind of lame. Kind of lame indeed. Why would you want to do that? And of course his bayonet fires. And you can store it right here. Same as in robot mode. You can store the bayonet on his back. Now that just swivels in and out. Give it the old in out, in out. You can do that however you like. But then you have a retarded dinosaur. So that's Grimlock in a nutshell. And do I recommend him? Yeah, I do. Makes every collection complete. Is how I really like to pose him. Super awesome. I'll be like, yeah. She's like a shark with a freaking laser beam attached to his head. Pow. Thanks for watching. Now again, this is all going to be edited out. So you're not going to see any of this. It's going to be Hollywood magic. Hollywood magic. It's going to be great. It's going to be epic.